So I will be solving question number 11 from the Chapter 2 homework. A person takes a trip driving with a constant speed of 89.5 kilometers an hour, except for a 22-minute rest stop. The person's average speed is 77.8 kilometers an hour. And the problem is asking how much time is spent on the trip and how far does the person travel. So the car is driving towards his destination but makes a 22-minute stop where he will not be moving. And we know that his constant velocity is 89.5 kilometers an hour, while his average velocity is 77.8 kilometers an hour. Okay, so let's write down our velocity formula, which is velocity equals total distance over total time. And we can actually rearrange that formula and say distance equals velocity times time. So we're just going to go ahead and plug in our values into the distance equation. So d equals velocity, which is 89.5 kilometers an hour. And for the time variable, what we're going to do is we're going to say t minus 22 minutes, because the constant speed is not accounting for that 22-minute gap. So there we have our first distance equation, and don't forget to put the 22 minutes over 60 because we are working in hours. Now we can make a second distance equation out of the average velocity. So we will plug in 77.8 kilometers an hour for the velocity, and for the time we just keep it as t because this velocity is accounting for that extra 22-minute rest stop. Okay, so now we have two distance equations, and we can put them equal to each other since they are both the same distance. So we're going to put 89.5 times t minus 22 over 60 is equal to 77.8 times t. And all we have to do now is solve for t. We get 11.7t is equal to 32.82. And we are going to divide by 11.7, and we will get our final t, which is 2.8, and that is in hours. So the total time traveled is 2.8 hours. So now all we have to do is plug our t value into one of the distance equations to get the total distance traveled. And you can use either equation, but I am going to use the second one. D equals 77.8 kilometers an hour times time, and time equals 2.8 hours. So once you solve that, you are going to get D equals 217.84 kilometers, and that rounds to approximately 218 kilometers. So your total distance traveled is 218 kilometers, and your total time traveled is 2.8 hours.